Hello and welcome back with me, fLukedMC. We are back on the LiberCraft server, and you may be wondering why I'm wearing a suit. I do still have the hoodie underneath, as you can see, but I've got myself a suit and a cape and a tie, and that's because I actually have a wedding to attend. We have a wedding going on the server. Naturally, if we're attending a wedding on the server, we need to give a gift, and so I have this shulker box planned out with a variety of lovely things. We got some dark oak wood because I believe that people actually getting mad. They've been buying a lot of dark oak from me. Bone blocks, they requested bone blocks because they have a mushroom farm. Emerald blocks, got a lot of them. Golden carrots, golden apples, get some gold in there. Some netherite ingots, really kind of top quality stuff there. Diamond blocks, that's just average. A couple of bulk order discounts so that when they come to my shop and make bulk orders, they're going to get 2 shulker boxes of items for free. But the big thing is this: I am giving away one of my minus durability axes. And so without further ado, got my gift, got my suit, and now it's time to go and attend.
Grab your seats, everybody. Like I said, mute yourselves or your noise-making devices. Don't fight over chairs. Okay.
There's enough seats for everyone that was accounted for. If not, you can sit on the ground on a lily pad on a drip leaf.
Everybody, please rise for the bride. Welcome, everybody. You may be seated. So, dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to witness the union of Need Not and Rose. If anybody here is opposed to this union, that's too bad because it's happening. We spent a lot of time putting all this together, and it's gonna be happening right now, obviously. All right, so just a little bit about marriage. Marriage is a funny thing. And that's all I have about that. I don't have anything to back it up, but it is a funny thing, and I'm glad you're all here today to celebrate this union of platonic love between the two of these people. Now, we will reach out to the bride and the bride and hear their vows to one another.
Who wants to go first?
You go first.
Alright. I need not take you, Rose, for my lawful wife, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better for worse, for my riches, for your lack thereof, in our shared sickness, until fate does us part. I will love and honor you all the hours that I play on this Minecraft server.
And Rose?
I, Rose, take you need not, for my lawfully wedded wife, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better and for worse, for your riches, and soon to be my riches, in our shared sickness, because I get sick a lot, until death do us part, even though you're already dead, but that doesn't matter. I will love and honor you for all the hours that I probably won't play on this server, because I'm getting bored of Minecraft. However, I'll love you in real life sometimes too.
Ditto.
Sweeter words have been said on the server before. You are bearing witness to an incredible union of love here. Thank you for that. It was beautiful. Now, do we have the rings?
Right here.
You may exchange your rings. And with the exchange of the rings and the vows, I now pronounce you wife and wife. You may kiss each other.
Mwah!
Everybody may applaud. You may come off mute. You may scream and yell. And just for a moment, I appreciate this.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. I like LaserCraft's version of clapping. I love this. That's very clever. I like that.
You look great, Laser. Thank you. Also, thank you to everybody who helped make this come true, who helped with the redstone laser, who helped bringing supplies for the fireworks, who helped build the trees, and this entire area. Thank you so much!
And so we are back in our normal outfit, well rested after the event over at Neednot and Roselle's wedding. It really was a good night, even though it was, I think, 2:30 in the morning AM that I actually left the event, and I had to be up early for work the next day, so I didn't get much sleep that night. But it was worth waiting up for, as you will have seen from the footage. But the reason we're over in this area, as the sun's going down, is because I've been told to check out the polluted zone that I have been creating. It seems like the pollution isn't quite happy with what I've been doing. It's too late now. Okay, don't think it's too late. There's a guy with a tree on his head walking towards my island. Oh, I've just realized that the pollution's going to spread to my island. I'm going to need to deal with this later. But there's something else that I need to show you, and it involves being around here. See, there's these signs where it refers to basically there was loads of TNT going off on a repeated basis that I did cut out of the last episode because it didn't really fit with the challenges. But these signs add the extra detail of, if you bring me one of my own kind, maybe this can stop. When the signs refer to one of their own kind, I have in fact spoken with the person who did all this, and that would be Mr. Panda. And they have naturally told me that what they want is Annie, the panda that is hiding out in my lighthouse, just hiding out in this area here. Still no clue who put it there. So yes, Mr. Panda does in fact want Annie the panda for themselves, and once that happens they will stop with the TNT, they'll stop with the shenanigans. I am actually going to accept the offer of giving the panda to Mr. Panda, but when I say give, not quite how I mean it. What we need is a chest, and I need a piece of paper, and this ordinary piece of paper is about to become the deeds to Annie the panda. Whoever now holds this piece of paper now owns that panda. So we're just naturally going to go up here and set up a shop. Naturally, the next thing I need to do is decide on a price for Annie the panda. And the thing is that animals and people living on the island, there's rent involved. With the parrots, it was 3 diamonds per week. Now, naturally, a panda is a lot bigger than the parrots, and whilst the parrots were able to live in luxury, the panda has literally stayed in the attic for this entire time. And after going back and reviewing my older episodes, I found out that Annie has actually been living in my lighthouse for 9 full weeks. So whatever we actually charge in diamonds has to be times by 9, because I wanted to be that when Mr. Panda comes along and takes the panda off my hands, what they are actually doing is paying all of the existing rent for Annie the panda, and if they delay in buying it, the price will go up. If it's 3 diamonds for a parrot, it should be a lot more for a panda, but I am comfortable saying that 8 diamonds is a good amount for charging the panda rent, considering it hasn't actually left that room. And so by taking that 8 diamonds and timesing it by 9, we get 72 diamonds. It should be pointed out that the deeds to the panda means you also have to facilitate the delivery and acceptance of it. I'm not doing any of that. This is literally just to say you can have it. But with this, the panda situation should be resolved. The TNT that's been going off should be resolved, and all of the other random signs cropping up should also be resolved. This situation should be completely resolved. But now that the situation with Annie is complete, it's time to move on to what I want to get done in the last part of this episode. As you can see, we get quite a nice view from up here of this whole island, but standing on top of the lighthouse does not facilitate good seating or good arrangement. We need an observation tower. Every time I'm about to start speaking, it starts raining. But if I just fly all the way over here, I have this basically empty area. I've had it for a while. I don't know why I did it. I just needed something to do. And I'm thinking this could be a good spot to have the watchtower. I'm going to build a tower that you can literally just use to look over the trees. And then I'm going to surround this area as well with even more forestry to kind of blend everything in. And so I've already got the resources gathered for this watchtower. So I don't think we should waste any more time. We should cue a time-lapse montage of me doing everything on this island, and let's get assembling. And so the watchtower is done. But before I can add all of the foliage, before I can add the detail over there is one thing that this watchtower actually needs before it's officially complete. At the top you may have noticed this hole here, and you also may have spotted this in here. Now my idea for this little setup is it's sort of like a radio station, so this is not just for observing and watching over the island, it's also like a monitoring station for everything happening on the island, even though it's maybe not that tall, but we can still get quite a good view. But in order for this radio station to be operational, we need wires coming from what this is basically like the receiver into this here. Now because we're on Java, we can't just put a lead between the two posts, so we have to make creative use of chickens. And naturally what that means is we have to lead a chicken all the way into the roof of this tower and then lead them up with leads to give that effect. Now one chicken's been roaming around here, so he'll be the first employee of the watchtower, but naturally we also need to get them up there in the first place, so I'm just going to build a rudimentary staircase out of dirt that we can destroy later. So this is now our rudimentary staircase. Now I need to lead some chickens up here, and I'm going to need 2. There we go. Let's see how well this works. This is actually going relatively easily, but if it falls down I'm in trouble. There you go, and then just get in here, and then that goes away so that you forget exactly about me. And the first chicken's in the roof. So then if we put it on a lead, we can then attach it to there. That's where you live now. Now we just need one more. I probably could just put it on a lead and lead it up there, but I think this is a bit more reliable because I know it will walk up here and will just follow me up. If I try and start leading it, who knows what could happen. And there you go. Now you get to forget about me as well. And this one actually gets to go there. So now you can see we've got this kind of receiver here with a lead going into the roof, and then it comes down through the roof to this little PC here. And I'm actually going to leave a book here, maybe with some kind of lore thing, maybe a story about the island itself, because I want to fill this island out with a bit more kind of story to it. But most of that stuff will kind of happen off screen, so that if anyone ends up finding the island, they can have a bit of a look around. So that is now the watchtower complete. All that's left is to get a path going from here to the main pathway over there, maybe clear out some of these trees, get some more trees in around this entire area, and build my little structure over there. So I think it's time to return to the time lapse and let's get assembling. So there's quite a fair bit that happened during that time-lapse montage, so let me quickly walk you through everything that I've done. Naturally, we've already touched on the watchtower, which gives a very good view across the island and really just goes to show how overgrown and how cluttered all of this is. Ignoring this mini chess monster that I've got going here, which yes, it does annoy me because I like to be organized, I have set up this path, I've connected that to the watchtower, and I've got some details detailing around the edge as well. You would have seen my process for actually getting all of these different blocks in and the layers I go to when I'm actually putting the texture on. After that, you can see I put some custom trees in, and I learned from the previous episode about how to do this properly, in that I put quite a few custom trees in, but I spread them out a bit and left space in between for the default trees. After that, you can see I've added a lot of overgrowth on the forest floor. I just went mental with a couple of stacks of bone meal, and in fact the entire island has now been covered with all of this, giving a little bit more colour with the flowers, but also just adding some grass and greenery back in as well, because I doubt I'll actually be texturing all of the island underneath the trees. And the last important thing to mention, as you can see here, is this monolith. I didn't quite have any ideas of what to put in here, and so I've always wanted to build one of these in survival. They serve no real purpose, they are purely aesthetic, but I just like the idea of random monoliths being in places. I remember seeing ones that actually in real life, there's a series of monoliths around the world, and they're very, very similar, but they have no definitive origin. They're across cultures, across continents, but they are very similarly shaped. And so I kind of like the idea of just building monoliths in my series and in every single survival world I've got, to kind of link them all together. You can see I've got some little chunks taken out of it, I've got some texturing going on. I really like this. It's just a rectangle, but I like this. So we've managed to get a lot done at the end of this episode in really bringing this island together, and there is a reason why I've done so much today, and that's because this will actually be the last time for a while that we'll actually be working on this island. I consider this island to be my starter base, and I consider it to be at a point where it is finished, it's complete. Everything that we could need in a starter base is here on the island. It's finished, it's complete. And so next episode we need to move on, and naturally the next step up from the starter base is to go for a mega base. So if you're looking forward to that as just as much as I am, make sure to stick around, and I will see you in the next video.